All right, so some breaking news. Let's talk about how to discern and interpret and see what's going to happen next potentially with the news of the Iranian president, Ibrahim Raisi, as well as a few members, I believe, of his cabinet, including the foreign minister and I think a prayer imam, maybe others. Again, the story is still developing. Apparently, it's a 3-caravan convoy of helicopters where one of the helicopters went down in a foggy sort of situation on a mountainside or some urban area, and people are still trying to reach them. It's already been hours as of early this morning, and there's still some operation going on. And this is, again, the news that's coming out at face value to the public. We don't know what's really happening behind the scenes, if this is a cover story, if there's more going on, or if this is even real or not, all that stuff. Again, any news that comes out, you want to take a step back for anything and wait it out and see what people are saying, what countries are saying, what leaders are giving what biases. And as the dust settles, then we can be able to really determine and interpret what's really going on. Because if we're looking at it as is right now, which is that he has died tragically in this accident, if it is taken at face value, then in some sense it is what it is. And if anybody wants to sympathize and look at this as an accident, then we will see it as such. But if it's something more nefarious, if there's something else going on, I believe Israel and many other countries have already denied it. Russia, many others have offered to help. I think the European Commission has offered their Copernicus EMS system for tracking and getting navigation help or something like that. And just a lot of different news coming out. But I've said before that, as well as Q, many others have said that the Iranian people need to be freed. Right? Iran is next from a lot of posts, as well as talking about the Iran nuclear deal, many other things, and how this may be, or at least some part of the administration is a state-sponsored terrorism, right? So a lot of if you want to throw in the 3-letter agencies, if you want to throw in other countries, just a lot of things, and they have to be freed. And a lot of the battle that's happening right now globally is between the elites versus the people. And so we've already seen Saudi Arabia being freed with Mohammed bin Salman and just many others. And now we're going to see Iran next. And you're going to see Taiwan. You're going to see, as with Ukraine and many other places, Israel. And these people, it seems what in the public eye, like this is the enemy, this is friendly, all that stuff. But really there has been infiltrated assets in each of these countries, and they have to be flushed out. And so, again, I'm not going to say much about this person. If you know certain parts of history, he was known as the Butcher of Tehran in terms of him prosecuting the execution of thousands of political prisoners back in 1988 and just many things, right? And he was elected president recently, and just various other cabinet positions or political positions he's held over the years. But Iran needs to be freed, and there's stuff that we don't know what's really happening behind the scenes, and it's been made very clear that they are next, and things will be happening. And so, again, I don't want to say, with certainty if, for one, Raisi is actually gone or not, and if he is, then we'll see subsequently what the deal is with regards to how it's being played out optically in the public sense to the general population, because the same happened with Las Vegas. There was an assassination attempt on Mohammed bin Salman, and that was not covered anywhere in the world. And so the same is happening right now with this. We saw it with the delay of the submarine deaths of the billionaires, right? They knew that this imploded, the submarine, back last year, but they decided to run with this charade for so many days. So who knows how many days, what they want to delay, if it is in fact true, and then what the repercussions are and how it's going to be played out geopolitically on the big stage. Because again, the way that the Iranian people handle it, the government handles it, as well as the US, how all the other nations, the EU nations, China, Russia, even Israel, how they handle it, it's going to play a big role in escalating potentially World War III or de-escalating it such that it ushers in peace and the movement of freedom back to the people. Again, this is not, it will be eventually a religious thing, but right now it's a political thing in the sense of they're in this moment just trying to fight off the elitists, the globalists, and the people that have had a stronghold on this nation, this country, based on the currency, based on the Reserve Bank and all that stuff for a long time. So once this war is fought, and I've said before, Russia, China, these guys, it doesn't matter what you think of them, they have a common enemy. The US has a common enemy of this stronghold that is infiltrated because of the rich families and the elitists, because they want to have control. They want to have satanic Luciferian control over them. And so they want to be freed of this. And then we'll see other things happen. And so, again, I'm saying this as just some thoughts, initial thoughts, but that more will come. And let's wait it out and see before jumping to conclusions and getting angry and upset and all that stuff. In some sense, we pray for the salvation of this man and the healing of families and nations and people coming to Christ. That's for sure, because God can save anybody. But at the same time, if because of God's judgment, whatever they have done, if God is in some sense, and this just came to me too, if this is punishment, if this is judgment of God, then that's what it is. We are not the ultimate judge. God is. He plans. He's sovereign over everything. He's going to allow his will to be done. And people can only fear God. If they don't know God, they better fear God, because they have to know him and see what he's about in this hour. So again, these are my initial thoughts. A lot to come. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But a lot of people are talking about this. This is big news, breaking news. And we will see how this develops in the Middle East and how the U.S. responds, as well as just many other outcomes in the subsequent weeks. So love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.